Welcome back to Vivid Stasis. In the previous stream of this game, we played through Chapter 1 and got caught very off guard with all of the puzzles and stuff. So today, we're going to be doing Chapter 2. I don't have the restraint of having to go by a certain time, which is fine. I did grind a little bit more of the game. I bought more songs from the shop. Not every single one, of course, but yeah, there's plenty more that I still haven't bought. So yeah, if you missed the previous stream that I did of this game, basically we are the protagonist Saturday trying to find our missing sister K.key. And with the help of our with the help of our best friends Allison, Kotomi, and Kotomi's sister Eri, a detective, we're starting to piece some clues together. Last we left off, Saturday, Kotomi and Eri were all recovering in the hospital because there was a huge fire at Eri's workplace. So this is gonna be an interesting time trying to see what happens next. So you know what? Let's go. I woke in a world devoid of anything, except for everything. Oh, moving around my limbs were strings, the material of which I could not comprehend, for this world was not my own. From here I see certain things. I see a troubled girl attempt to find her sister. Or is she trying to find herself? Finally, my vision catches up to my senses. The everything that makes up the nothing around me comes into view. Oh my god. When I observe her, she stares not again, separates herself from the trail, but eventually leads herself to herself. I observe intently to see if she chooses to enter beyond. She's gonna. Chapter 2 Turning Point. Alright. Oh yeah, and flashing lights warning. And 18 plus warning, actually. Did you seriously fall asleep in the ferry terminal? Hey, Saturday! Nope. Ah! So here's our protagonists. Some of our protagonists. Allison and Saturday. My eyes snapped awake. I guess I did, indeed, fall asleep in the ferry terminal. Morning again, sleepyhead. Not get much sleep? Oh please, I was in the hospital. Hardly got much sleep there. Yes. Huh, fair enough. It had been just over 4 hours since I was finally discharged from the hospital. Kotomi and Eri had, ironically, been discharged before me. Seems like their treatment ended up going faster than mine after all. Now, Allison and I were waiting for the ferry to the Kagoshima port. The ferry was due to dock in just over, well, the departure board said 12:25 p.m., so in about 20 minutes. I looked around. The ferry terminal was pretty vast inside for such a small location. This place is so big, right, Allison? Isn't it, Allison? You were just here a few days ago, Seth. Yes, you were. Yeah, but not to get on a ferry. Come on. Isn't it at least a little exciting to be out on the sea? We're like What? Swashbuckling? Swashbuckling. Pirates! Allison gave me what I can only describe as the most defeated glance I've seen from her without her being actually upset. Well, more like suburban pirates. Nevertheless, we will press on with our crew. Your crew? Hey, Eri. I don't think you're the captain, Saturday. Right, Eri? 100% agreed. Huh? Allison and I turned to look at Eri, who, by all intents and purposes, should be anywhere but here right now. Wait, Eri, where'd you come from? What are you even doing here? Taking a trip to the mainland, obviously. With you, and Allison. Don't you have, like, work? As a detective? At your job? That you get paid to do? Sick leave. Sick leave? I mean, yeah, I was injured in the line of duty. Even though I've recovered, it's a minimum of 2 weeks. I'm not allowed on duty. Fair enough. Well, why? That rule makes no sense. Saturday, have you ever gone to work and gotten injured? You should know this. Unless you're, I don't know, you're not employed. Something about saving face or whatever. I'm not really allowed to ask questions, Saturday. Oh, I'm not really allowed to ask questions, Saturday. It's the damn police. I wish I had literally any other job. So legally speaking, you aren't a detective right now? Sort of. It's a bit complicated, but essentially, yes, I'm just a normal civilian. I'm following this lead on my own time, separate from my job as a detective. Well, you're free to come along if you want. The more the merrier, especially on investigations, as they say. 3 is the limit, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure nobody says that, Saturday. Nobody says that. I shot both of them a jokingly angry glare. Regardless, just a quarter till we can head to board. None of y'all get seasick, right? I don't want a janitor crew to be mad at us. Nothing can get in the way of our Nothing can get in the way of our foray into Kagoshima, right? That's against the world. Come on, be a little excited. Have any of you ever been to the mainland? I haven't been back in years. I wonder how much it's changed. Though, I guess we aren't going to Tokyo. Allison looked at me concernedly. It's not exactly something to be excited about, you know? I'm worried for Tsuki. I'm not sure if this is safe for us to be doing. What do you mean? Tsuki disappeared. There's all this mysterious stuff going on, and that's not even mentioning the fire. I feel like the universe is out to get us, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you. You had this discussion with Saturday, days prior. Can't you just see I'm just trying to lighten the mood a little? Of course I'm scared, Allie. You know that as much as I do. Relax, Allison. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to either of you. If anything serious goes down, I'm going in alone, and you two are staying back. I'm the trained one here. Allison shot me a look. I moved in closer to her to whisper to her. She totally seems different, right? Absolutely different. Uh-huh. What are you two lovebirds whispering about behind my back? Oh dear. Oh my. We're not lovebirds. Also, we're in front of you, not behind you. I don't think I've ever seen someone as into semantics as you. Oh my. Shut up. Whatever, I just made the observation that you're much different when you're not on the clock, that's all. Surprised? I'm not a hard ass all the time, you know, only when the line of duty requires me to be. Allison stepped away from me, seeming flustered for some reason. Oh my god, you two should kiss. I wasn't sure why. Regardless of all that, we do need to follow this clue, and I think having you two on board with this would be useful. You two knew Tsuki better than I did, and having a mind connected to the subject can be helpful. Allison sighed. This time, her defeated look seemed to actively be connected to her exhaustion with this whole situation. I guess I can't blame her. Yeah, alright. Just be sure to hold Saturday back if something happens. You know how she can be. Also, I hope the volume's okay. Huh, you know I can take care of myself. Name one time that you ran into a fire, Saturday. You can talk. Geology Museum. Thank you, Allison. Suddenly, the memories of the Geology Museum came flooding back to me. It almost felt like I could physically smell the smoke, even though the summer air was as clean as it could be. Allison must have noticed that I had suddenly dropped my happy attitude. I'm sorry. I didn't... It's okay. I know you didn't mean to. I'm not upset, okay? I waited a bit, seemingly judging the air to see when it would be appropriate to lighten the mood again. After a few seconds, she pointed outside the window towards the sea. Hey, what are you pointing at? There's our ferry! Oh, here it comes! Look at it soar so gracefully across the... You know, Ari? I appreciate the sentiment. But I need to be brutally honest. You are horrible at lighting up the mood. Damn! Sorry. Nah, it's all good. I mean, hey, what happened to the scary detective lady I met earlier? You weren't exactly being all lighthearted and happy when we first started talking. I don't waste energy on people I don't know. Real, I know you more now. And like I said, it's kinda exhausting being a hard ass all the time. True! When I first met you, I just knew you as the girl my sister kept getting into trouble with. I'm not gonna forget the aftermath of the ranch incident Saturday. What? You know about that? When my sister comes home at 1 AM looking like that, it's hard to not know. Well, I'm glad I'm more to you now than a force of chaos that makes your life harder. I mean, you still are, I just know you more now. I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment. Suddenly, a little chime played over the intercom. Ari and I looked up at the sound.
Passengers boarding the 1225 express line from Tanegashima to Kagoshima, please line up at gate 2 with your ticket prepared. We will begin boarding shortly.
That's us. Let's get a move on. Come on, you two. Huh? Oh, coming. Ari and I walked toward the gate marked as number 2. Allison sulked behind a little bit. I could tell she felt really bad for her slip-up, but I couldn't really think of what to say to her. To chapter 2. Alright. Turning point. Okay, episode 9. The entrance of Endeavor. Saturday and her friends take a ferry ride to the mainland. Yas. We stepped inside the ferry, which more or less consisted of 2 long hallways. Very long hallways. Ferry, sweet ferry. Here we are, crew. Nobody says that. I said it. Eri gave me what I can only describe as a death glare. Whatever. I'm gonna head off to see if I can find the restroom. Let's reconvene a half hour before the ferry boards, okay? Sounds like a plan. I need to stretch my legs anyways. Allison, you wanna walk with me? Huh? Oh, no, but thanks for the offer. I think I wanna sit down and rest for a bit. Suit yourself. Off to adventure. I walked off towards the center of the ferry. Taking a glance behind me as I walked, I noticed Allison sit down slowly, seemingly still bothered by what she said. Whoa, they have so much stuff on these. So many people on important business or something. I should have brought a suitcase to blend in. Feels weird to be here without one. Do I even have a suitcase? I reached the cafeteria and looked around the tables, spotting a familiar girl. Hey, is that Eri? Eri! I jogged across the wooden floor to Eri's slightly shorter figure. Whoa, Saturday, chill a bit. What's up? Not much. I just saw you and wanted to say hi. Mind if I sit? I've been walking a while, and my legs are not made for that. Ow. Go right ahead. How's it been going? I sat down in the seat across from her. I don't know, kinda weird. I feel out of place here, like this is such an adult sense of circumstances, but I feel like such a kid. Everyone here is doing job stuff or whatever, and I want to tell myself what I'm doing is important, I guess, but I just feel so young and inexperienced. When do I feel like I know what I'm doing? You want to know a secret, Saturday? They don't either! You don't, really. I sure haven't, and I'm a big shot detective, thank you, Ari. I laughed. A big shot? You're 20. Ari looked at me defeatedly. Aw. Okay, maybe it was an exaggeration. Whatever. You get the point. I guess so. So everyone just kind of doesn't know how to be an adult? Yeah. Yes, exactly. The older you are, the better you are at pretending. Thank you! But you aren't wrong. You're doing some pretty adult things. This whole investigation is intense. Not everyone would be able to handle it as well as you. I guess. That reminds me though, I wanted to ask about the museum. Do we know what caused the fire? Ari looked startled for a second. I guess she wasn't expecting that I'd bring up the museum incident, given what had happened between Allie and I less than an hour prior. Officially, it's an open and shut case. Something about a gas valve. In the museum? Yeah, They have a kitchen or something apparently, though they never use it. If they never use it, how would there be a gas leak? Especially since the fire didn't have an obvious origin. No one really knows how. What does that mean? We don't know its origin, that's the point. I mean, like, where it started, its point of origin. You can usually tell by the way stuff's burned, where the fire started, by using arc mapping. What was that? Oh god, I have to explain this. Okay, essentially you look at where different wires got messed up from the heat, and from there you can assume where the fire started. But it's weird here, because the entire system arced at around the same time. So they think it's gas because it would have spread around the entire building? Yeah, but a lot would need to go wrong for the entire system to fall at once. A combination of really high gas density and a super messed up electrical system, pretty much. That's really weird. It kind of feels like it just happened, with no prior inciting incident or whatever. Yeah, we're stumped. A gas leak is just what we're saying because it's the most likely cause. However unlikely it is. I guess we don't know for now. We sat in silence for a little bit longer. I decided to ask Ari about my conversation with Allison. Hey, so, about Allison. Ari cut me off with a chuckle. You're trying to figure out what the best way to talk to her about the thing she said earlier is, right? Yeah. Am I really that easy to read? Yes, you are. I mean this endearingly, Saturday, but you're really that easy to read. I'm right, aren't I? I sighed. Yeah, pretty much. I want to make sure she knows I don't, like, hate her guts for it or anything. But also, it did really catch me off guard and kinda stung in the moment. I rethought for a second, but responded pretty quickly. Yeah, that's always a tricky one. I guess the important thing is just making sure she knows that it doesn't affect your friendship long term. She's still your best friend. Well, you know, she probably wants a bit more than that, but that's not for me to intervene, and she knows, dude. She knows. I gave her an inquisitive look. Huh? What do you mean? Man, you're dense. Figures. Hey, uncalled for. Even if you're right. But, yeah, just be honest with her and be caring with her, I guess. That's my advice. I'll try that. Thanks. Ari stood up. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go get something to eat, if that's okay. I was just sitting down while the line was long. Do you want anything? Nah. I just wanted to stop by because I saw you. I should probably go check in on Allie anyways. Are you gonna be okay by yourself? Of course I am. I'll be fine. Ari walked off, and I stood up as well. Now, where would I find Allison? I walked towards the loading dock of the ferry, curious if I'd find Allison where I last saw her. Sure enough, there she was, in the same spot, looking, honestly, kind of nauseous. Hey, you don't look so good. What's going on? I sat down in the seat next to her. She looked over at me. Oh, it's... sorry. I just get seasick really easily. I gave her a doubtful look. Come on, Ellie. You know you can't lie to me. Your family used to love going out for boat rides and you had the time of your life each time. What's really going on? I guess you do know me too well. It's nothing super big. I'm just worrying about... You're still worried about what you said to me earlier on Complete Accident, right? Yes. I am, I guess. Hey, it's okay. I promise. I know you didn't mean to, like, upset me. But you still got hurt by something I said. I don't understand how you can just forgive that. I guess it's not so much just forgiving it as it is that I understand you didn't mean any harm with it. Exactly. It startled me, but I'm not, like, hurting deep down because of it. Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's like... It feels weird, you know? I feel like I should have been more upset by it, given how horrifying the whole museum thing was. But right now, my will to find my sister is kind of overpowering it in a way. I guess it almost feels like I don't have time to be letting myself get knocked off balance when Ski is still out there somewhere unknown. Ah, I see. Suddenly, a loud voice interrupts us.
The cafeteria will be closing up shortly. If you would like to place an order, please do so within the next 5 minutes.
I stood up quickly. Shit, I did want to get something. I'm really sorry, Allison, but can we continue this discussion later? Eh? Ah, yeah. That's fine, I think. Okay, cool, thanks, you're a real one. See you shortly. I ran off towards the cafeteria. Hope I can get what I want before they close. Priorities Saturday. Let's just unlock these right now. Episode 10. Cross-stitch meaning. Saturday meets a familiar face while walking around. Okay. Luckily, I managed to make it to the cafeteria in time. There was a bit of a line already, but I managed to beat most of them there. I guess I should decide what exactly I'm going for here. I perused the menu they had on display, and ended up with a chicken wrap meal deal and a burning hot mountain view. I've never had a burning hot soda before. This will either be incredible or the worst thing of all time. I think that's most food, I guess. After paying for my food, I started walking back towards where Allison was sitting down. Despite the relatively low amount of amenities, the ferry we were on boasted a reasonably large width, so walking back across it took longer than one might expect. Oh, my jaw. While walking back, I passed through the desk area, where people would set up their laptops and work while the ferry sailed. When I was passing by one of them, I noticed something that caused me to stop. Wait, is that Chio? Well, sitting in one of the cubicles was a woman, looking at her laptop. It was Chio Sakamura, an old friend of the Tasugata family from years back. Huh. I haven't seen her in years. What is she up to? I love her color palette. And then, I saw what was on her laptop and stopped in my tracks. It was the shrine report video. What was she doing with it? How did she know about it? I glanced around. Obviously, it wouldn't be somewhat suspicious if I started obviously spying on her. So I tried to keep my glance at her laptop from one of the seats adjacent to it. I watched Chio for a little while. She appeared to be intently watching the video and trying to scribble something on a notepad of some kind. What is she writing? Is she trying to crack the code like we did? Only after I'd opened my mouth did I realize my mistake. Shit, oh my god, I said that out loud. Chio startled, looked over at me. I expected her to calm down when she saw me, but if anything, her eyes went even wider. Saturday? Okay, Saturday, play it off. Lean into the, curiosity angle. You can pull this back. I tried to walk over, but tripped on the seat and fell on the cushioned sink. Ow! Shit! The woman looked at me with a worried look. Hi, Chio. Long time no see. What's that video you're watching? Looks, pretty weird. Suspicion 99. Saturday, are you okay? That sounded like it hurt. Oh, trust me, this happens all the time. I'm fine. Anyway, Chio interrupted me. You trip over chairs and fall face first to the ground all the time? Is that not normal? And speaking of, not normal, where did you find that video? I was walking by and saw it and I got curious. Sorry. Oh, this? It got sent to me by some anonymous number a few minutes ago. I thought it might be spam. Someone sent Chio their shrine report video just now. But why? Anyway, Saturday, it's been so long! How have you been? Been okay. How about you? The freelance journalism angle still going strong? Well, I'm definitely still doing it, but it's not profitable enough that I don't help that. But it's not profitable enough that I don't also have to have another job on the side. What has you going off to the mainland though? Oh, I figured it was best to be honest with her. She was an old family friend after all, so I trusted her. I explained that T.key had gone missing and I was trying to find her. Oh god, T.key's missing? I'm really sorry to hear. Yeah. And to make a really long story short, it's likely that the video you just got has some relation to it. It was a clue that we followed and it led us here. Yeah, I'll admit that is really odd. Man, that's awful. T.key was always such a nice person. What is she thinking, leaving her sister all alone? I wish I could tell you. Truth be told, once I find her, I've got some choice words for her. Suddenly, a loud jingle interrupted us.
This ferry is about to dock in Kagoshima. All vehicle passengers, please return to your vehicles, and all foot passengers, please line up at the exit gates. Thank you for riding with us today.
Are you kidding? Already? Chiyo, however, didn't seem bothered at all by the discussion being cut short. Okay. I gotta run back to my car, but I have an idea for you, Saturday. What's that? Can I take you and whoever you're traveling with out to dinner tomorrow evening? I want to catch up with you since it's been like 5 years. And you can give me the full story about what's led up to this point. Yeah, sure. That would be fine. Do you travel around Kagoshima much? I thought you lived in Tokyo. She nodded. Yeah, I know my way around. Did I never tell you? Some of my extended family owns a cabin in this general area of Japan. So I like to come down here sometimes both to visit Tanegashima and to get away from the bustle of the capital. I do really gotta get going though. I'll see you tomorrow night, okay? Here's my number so that we can keep in touch. Chiyo showed me her phone and I wrote down the displayed phone number. Righty-ho, I'll see you then. Chiyo ran off towards the vehicle deck elevators. Since the exit gate line was on the other side of the ferry, I started walking back towards it to catch up with Allison and Eri. Man, it's been a while since I thought about Chiyo. Didn't Ellie and I meet her through Dad's job at the, Where does my dad work again? Yikes. Suddenly, I felt a headache coming on. Ugh, better not to think about it, I guess. We're going to catch up tomorrow. I can ask her then. I ran off toward the exit gates. By the time I reached the exit gate line, Allison and Eri were already there waiting for me. I waved to them as I ran up. Hey, hope you saved me a spot in the line too. Allison looked over at me. She looked a lot better than before, thank goodness. I don't think it's that formal of a line. People are just kind of grouped here waiting to disboard. Disboard? Is that a word? I'm pretty sure that's a chat room service. Ha! Ha! Discord. Oh, right. Well, I mean getting out of the ferry and onto the mainland. Eri glanced toward the exit gate, reminiscing. The mainland, huh? I haven't been back here in years. Me neither. This is going to be super exciting, even if we're not here on the best of matters. So, let's try and enjoy ourselves, okay? I don't see why not. Seems depressing letting ourselves get depressed the whole time. True? True. By the way, Saturday, I noticed you talking to somebody while I was walking around. Who was that? Oh, I'll tell you about that on the way. It's nothing bad, I promise. You getting jealous, Allison? No, I'm not. Allison started to start profusely. Oh my god. The tension. Huh. I guess it's kinda hot out today. The tension is rising between them. Oh dear. Let me unlock these before we continue. Okay. Episode 11, The Relinquish of Board. The trio arrive to the mainland and go to their hotel. By the time we got off the ferry, it was already late into the evening. Alright team, let's make our way to the hotel. Sat, I booked the hotel. Do you even know where it is? I mean, I definitely know, I just kind of forgot, you know? Allison sighed. We need to head 2 blocks this way to get to a train, and it should be right off the exit once we do. We're the 3rd stop out. Harry glanced at Allison skeptically. How did you even afford a hotel? I'd have pitched in if I knew you were doing it so early. I have a bit of saving money, the smug look on her face. Oh my goodness. It's an important cause, and I know Saturday would have gone out without even thinking of a hotel until it was time to turn in. Fair point. Hey, I would at least have remembered by, like, 7:30. My point exactly. By the way, who was it that you were talking to? Oh, by the way, who was it that you were talking with on the ferry? You never told us who they were. Oh, it completely slipped my mind. Her name was Chio. She's an old family friend. We talked a bit, and she said she'd talk to me more at dinner. Oh, and she invited us to dinner tomorrow night before we go out to the shrine. Oh, sorry I didn't mention it sooner. Why didn't you tell me it was Chio, Sat? You know I know her. Oh, yeah. I guess you would. Sorry. It's been so long since I saw her that it completely slipped my mind. It's alright. I understand. Just be more mindful, you know? Keep us in the loop. Yeah, sorry. I really should be a bit more careful, especially with the Geology Museum incident. I don't want her to worry too much. At least she's okay. I'll just be more careful. Well, no use standing around here. Let's make a haste for the hotel before we miss check-in. Right. We walked through the small port town of Minami Osmi. Our hotel was very close to the terminal, so we spent a bit of extra time checking out the things around the town. It didn't take long to find the hotel Allison had booked. Ooh. Whoa, is this my room for the night? This is huge. It's really not that big. Sorry. I jokingly glared at her angrily. Where's your sense of whimsy? Methinks you need to be a bit more whimsical, Allison. Allison looked at me defeatedly. Methinks. It's a word. Harry laughed. I'm glad you're finding the room comfortable, Saturday. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow. Though I'm sure you two would rather have dinner in a different setting. What do you mean? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm going to my room and tell you goodbye. This is your room. Good night. It's 4:30. Allison flopped into her bed and lay face down. What's with her? You're so dense! Oh my god! Don't worry about it. She's probably tired from the ferry. I'm going to get some fresh air. What are you going to do? The same thing, probably. I'm not even remotely tired. Not like sleeping at 4:30 p.m. would be a good idea anyway. Want to join me? I'm probably going to just walk down the beach for a bit. Sure, why not? I've got nothing better to do. Oh my god, stop texting me, people. So many Discord messages. I put my bags down on my bed, and Ari and I walked out of the hotel room. I glanced back at Allison, who seemed to have actually fallen asleep. What's up with that, anyway? You don't know. It's so obvious. The beach we walked by was a small inlet that housed many different boats. Ari and I sat on the concrete edge of the road that dropped off directly into the sand. Hey, Saturday. Can I ask you something? Huh? Oh, yeah, go ahead. What is Allison to you? Oh my god. I looked over at her curiously. What do you mean? Like, what do you see her as? Well, she's my best friend. I've known her since I was a toddler. We always got along really well despite the fact that she was always the cautious one and I was always the rambunctious one. I see. Why do you ask? Do you really not know? Oh, no reason, really. I'm just curious. It's rare to see people get along as well as you two do. Yeah, I guess it is. My connection with Allison feels much stronger than my connection with anyone else, and I don't really know why. The tension! How did you two become friends? I mean, I know you said you've known her since your whole bleh. I know you said you've known her your whole life, but I'm curious. Oh man, I don't even remember when I first met her. I was definitely like 2 or 3. But I think the big thing that connected us was that she was the first person to be really supportive about my transition. Oh, we have some... interesting. We got some transgender talk here. Your transition? Yeah. I didn't always look like this, or have this name, or be a girl, you know. She is... Oh, you mean it like that? I see. Sorry, I didn't know. Hey, that's a good thing. That means it's going well. But, yeah, it's not that the other people I first told were unsupportive, per se, but more so like they didn't really get it, and they just kind of waited to get used to it, I think. Like, nowadays, my family refers to me as I am now without any problems. But it took a few years to get to that point. Yikes. It didn't help that my dad was always busy with work, so he picked it up slower than anyone else. One of the things I remember really clearly but was a day in, I think, like 2016. Allison came running into my room and scared the shit out of me, because I didn't even know she was at my place. But she seemed really upset. So I asked her what happened, and she told me she accidentally used my old name today instead of Saturday. It was the first time she'd made that mistake in years, and she felt insanely bad about it. It was the sweetest thing I'd ever seen. Aww, that's a sign of someone who really cares about you, you know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know that no matter what happens, Allison will stick with me. Oh my god! And then I took that for granted and acted out when I was upset about my missing sister. Great going, me. We both fell silent after that, watching the waves as the sun moved closer to the mountains overhead. We should get back to our hotel room now. Be careful not to wake up Allison, okay? Yeah, of course. Thanks for the chat. We stood up and began walking back to the hotel room where Allison was sleeping. Oh my gosh. You two are so goddamn cute. Alright, now we gotta play some rhythm game stuff. Right. Damn, I hate this thing my body does where it wakes up and refuses to sleep again until it gets what it wants. Exactly. I relate so hard. I really should just use the bathroom, but I don't want to wake Allison up. I rolled over in the small bed a couple more times in a pointless effort to just let myself sleep again. But unsurprisingly, it was to no avail. Fine. I guess I'll just have to be insanely quiet. I slowly got out of the single-person bed and began to tiptoe slowly across the hotel room. This is me at 4 a.m. trying to sneak around my house. 1 second. Fuck. One second. Okay. That, however, also seemed to be no avail, as I stepped on a crack in the floor that caused it to creak extremely loudly. Oh dear. Shit, god damn it! In a panic, I looked over at the bed that sat beside mine. To my surprise, however, it was also empty. Is she not in bed? Where did Allie go? Oh, oh my god. Please. I looked around a bit and noticed that the door to the balcony was slightly ajar. I guess she's getting some fresh air. Curiously, I walked over and opened the door to the balcony. Sure enough, there she was, sitting on one of the 2 chairs facing the fence that separated the wooden platform from the pavement below. Ellie, that you? Allison jumped a little bit. Fair enough, I guess. As I assumed she wasn't expecting me to be up. She turned around. Ah, it's just you, Saturday. Gave me a bit of a spook there. Yeah, sorry, but what are you doing awake? It's nearly 3 in the morning. Allison fidgeted a bit before answering. Oh, me? Just getting some fresh air and yeah. I need to sneeze. Let me sneeze, please. I need to sneeze. Come on. You're not letting me sneeze. Oh my It didn't really take a genius to figure out what she was doing up. Ah, you're having trouble sleeping, aren't you? Yeah. Been trying all night to little success. You too, then? Well, kinda. Mostly because I had to get up to pee. You know how it is. Yeah. Allison chuckled as if the answer she was expecting was anything but that. Yeah, I get that. Mind if I sit out here too? There are 2 chairs after all. Yeah, that's absolutely okay. Go ahead. I sat down, and both of us looked out at the sports complex across the road. We sat in silence for a while. I looked up into the night sky. Without clouds, it was very easy to spot the countless stars and the shapes they made up. Do you think this is the right thing to be doing? Allison looked over at me questioningly. What do you mean? I mean, pushing onward to try and solve this problem myself. Traveling to the mainland to look for my sister. I keep telling myself that I'm not doing this for the sake of having something to do or an adventure to go on, but I think deep down, I'm scared that this is the case. That I'm dragging you and Ari along with me on a wild goose chase out of some need to feel like I'm doing something important. Really? What makes you think that? Well, for one, I feel like the Geology Museum incident should be weighing down on my mind, you know? Not only did I nearly die, but one of my best friends and her sister almost nearly died. I feel like I should be a bit more messed up than that. I feel like I should be a bit more messed up from that than I am. But it all feels unreal, I guess. And I don't mean unreal in a like this is so insane way, but more like it literally doesn't feel like it happened, even though it did. Allison let out a light-hearted laugh. Oh. I think I was more worried by the whole thing than even you were. I don't doubt it. I'm sorry, by the way. Huh? What are you apologizing for? For the way I was acting, I guess. I said some pretty awful things to you before I rushed into the burning museum. But it's not only that. The whole day I was acting out of line, ignoring you when you just wanted to help. I won't lie. When you said that stuff to me before rushing in, it did do a bit of a number on me. It hurts to think about the idea that I'm just holding you back. I've struggled a lot with that my whole life in all of my relationships, family, friends, whatever the case is. The last thing I want it to be to someone is a burden. But I don't hold it against you. I understand why you acted that way. The whole day was a blur of dealing with the idea of Tsuki having gone missing. Yeah, but I guess that's the thing. I'm scared, in a sense, that I wasn't acting that way out of my worry for Tsuki, but instead just trying to play some kind of protagonist. Whatever the case is, it's not an excuse to be awful to my best friend, though. That much is for certain. Yeah, I get that. It does mean a lot that you apologized, as much as I don't hold it back again. As much as I don't hold it against you. It did still hurt. Yeah, sorry. We sat in silence again for a little while. The streetlights 3 stories down flickered on and off every once in a while. At some point, I started counting the flickers to pass the time. 5 flickers in, however, Allison spoke up again. For what it's worth, I don't think you're dragging me along. Huh? I'm not here out of a need to help you as much as I am here out of my own want to help you. I don't really feel like you forced me into this, I guess. It's more so like I'm here because I want to support you through whatever happens next. You're too kind to me. You deserve it. Oh my god. I don't know if I do. I'm telling you that you do. What if you're wrong? I'm not. Why are you so confident? Because I've known you for as long as I have. I know who you are, Seth. Not just the way you act or why you act that way, but the person you are deep inside. I know who Saturday Tasagara is. Sometimes, I wonder if I even know who Saturday Tasagara is. If you ever forget, I'll be right there to remind you. Because whether you're doing this out of your worry for your sister, or your need to be important, if you ever lose your way, I'll be there to pick you back up again. Allison, Another long silence. 4 more light flickers. Countless stars above. Thank you. Allison left. It took you that long to think to say that? Maybe you are some kind of protagonist. I bet you were counting the streetlight flickers and monologuing to yourself. I gave her a joking glare. Hey, shut up! I'm just teasing. Look. I looked over. Allison was smiling. The first genuine smile I'd seen from her since before Tsuki had gone missing. She stuck her hand out to me. Let's promise. If ever you start to falter or veer off the path you want to stay true to, tell me. And we'll steer back on course together, okay? Ellie, are you sure? It could be dangerous. And I still don't know for sure why I'm doing this. I don't want you getting hurt. And I don't want you getting hurt unless I'm there to share your pain. Okay? Let me be a burden. It was the most true I'd ever seen her. Even more so than that night in the hospital. I felt something from Allison that I'd never felt before. Feelings of hers that I didn't know existed. And feelings inside myself that I didn't know existed. I smiled and shook her hand. Then it settled. Thanks, Saturday. I feel better now. I'm going to try to get some sleep. You should too. We have a big day tomorrow. Yeah. Night-night, Ellie. Allison stood up and proceeded to stand still in the balcony doorway for a few seconds. I looked up at her. What is it? Cat got your... With speed I didn't know she was capable of, Allison moved her face down to mine and gave me a kiss on my cheek. Then she ran into the room and practically jumped into bed. I sat there for a few moments, frozen, unsure of what just happened. Hey, wait, Alice... But I didn't get a response. Is she asleep already? I sighed. It looked like it would be a little while longer before I got any answers on what that was all about. I stood up from the chair and walked back to my own bed. I lied down. Minutes passed. I stared at the ceiling. Allison's gonna wake up and she's gonna cuddle with her, isn't she? Hours passed. God damn it. Now I really can't sleep. I am screaming right now. Wait, this is multiplayer. Alright. So we are out of battery right now, so we can't continue the story. So we will need to do some songs. We will need to play some songs, rather. Okay. Okay, I haven't warmed up today, so I will be a little bit bad right now. But I hope the volume's okay, by the way. Okay. I haven't warmed up today, so here you goes. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Yar. So close. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. We do have some puzzles in chapter 2, hopefully. Maybe. Let's boost some battery. I don't know how I didn't fail that. Hell yeah, full combo, baby! Full combo! Woo! Let's go. Almost. We're at 163. I can do one more. We'll do one more. I hope the volume's okay. Like, I can't hear myself. Like, I don't know how my voice is compared to the music, so I hope it's okay, chat. Oh, stop. Oh my god. Holy. I love that section. Aw, there it goes. Nice. Woo. Clear song with 1 miss. Yikes. Let me just do something real quick. Sure, why not? Alright, back to the story. 390, never mind. Cool. Yes. Alright. Interesting. Hard style. Not bad. Nice. Woo. One sec, again. One or two more. Diff 10. Ew. fuck? S. Ugh. Okay. Yeesh. Not my best performance here, but you know what? It's sight reading, so it's fine. I'm still sight reading all of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please let it be over. Please let it be over. Let it be over. Oh my god. There is no way. Wow. That was bad. Yeesh. Okay. 13. Okay. Above the intersection, Saturday and her friends visit the Okawachi Shrine. This episode is very long. Okay. The next day, Allison, Ari, and I toured around the port town of Minami Osumi for a little while before our designated time to meet up with Chiyo for dinner. Ari was awake before us and left early. She spent most of her day touring a nearby island that seems to be famous for its large population of cats. Aw, I never would have taken her for a cat person, but you never do really know. Well, I know. I know now anyway. Because of the unbelievable amount of messages I kept getting from her about the cats, with no images because her reception just wasn't good enough for that. So I had to just imagine the cats in my mind. Allison and I woke up around the same time, which was late into the morning, close to noon, which makes sense given that both of us got minimal sleep last night. We didn't really say much to each other as we left the hotel. Neither of us really knew what to say. I spent most of the day thinking about the irony of that. Our whole conversation had been about getting closer to each other, yet we spent the entire day avoiding each other. Not that I can really blame either of us. Regardless, the time eventually came for us to meet up with Chiyo. About an hour earlier, I'd received a request from her to go to a ramen place close to the hotel we were staying at. I forwarded that to the group chat that I had with Aaron and Allison. And now I stood in front of the restaurant, evidently the first one to arrive, despite the fact that it was already 5 minutes past the time we were supposed to meet up. Lame asses. And I'm the disorganized one. Suddenly, I spotted a familiar silhouette in the distance. Eri ran up to me at full speed, which I didn't even know she was capable of. I mean, she's part of the police. Ah, shit, dude. What's your problem? Give me a damn jump scare. Jeez. Sorry I'm late. The ferry back from the island got delayed by 10 minutes and there was nothing I could do about it. Nah, it's all good. I take it from your messages that you had a good time. I glanced at my phone, which was open on a message screen that contained a non-stop barrage of key smashes and which was, again, not something I ever expected to see from Eri in a million years. She's a cat girl, of course she's gonna use the kissy face. Eri launched into a tirade about every cat she saw on the island, and I leaned against the side wall of the restaurant building. About 3 minutes later, both Allison and Chiyo arrived at the same time. I ran into her while on my way over here. She also seemed to be running a bit behind schedule, so we just ran here together. Am I the only one who is here on time? At least Eri has an excuse. Hey, I have an excuse. Are you going to, like, say what that is, or? The hour difference is going to be 1.5 if you do back. I mean, unless it's the weekend. Like, I don't mind weekends. Weekdays is going to be a problem. Okay, whatever. We're all here now, and I'm so hungry I could eat a house. A house? So let's just go inside. Eat a... Exactly. Eat a house? The restaurant was surprisingly small on the inside, resulting in it taking us a little while to find a seat. We eventually sat down at a booth facing the door we came in through. Man, I'm so craving Ichiran. Ramen, oh my god. Allison took her seat first, and I went to sit beside her. Aw, for some reason she fidgeted upon realizing this, but settled down quickly. A waitress came over to take our order, and we ordered our food. Thank you very much. It'll be ready in about 10 to 15 minutes. The waitress walked away, and we sat and waited for a little while. Chiyo started talking to break the silence. So, Saturday. Tell me what's been going on. It feels like it's been years since I saw you. That's because it has been years, Chiyo. The last time you saw me, I was in middle school. What? No, it's been sooner than that, surely. I thought I was there at your graduation party. We got a DM soon about this issue, Hagrid. Yes. Yes, we do. Maybe. I have a historically horrendous memory, but it's really not been much. Since finishing high school, I've just kind of been unemployed, sitting at home on Tanegashima Utsuki. For 2 years? Hey Show Bunnies, thank you for the follow. You've been unemployed for 2 whole years? Hey man, lay off! Work is hard! Motivation is hard, true. I like doing my own thing. Jeez, I feel bad for Tsuki. Having to work to keep both of you afloat. You'd better make it up to her when you find her. Eesh. Oh, and we just hit 60 followers, let's go. Thank you very much, everyone. I guess I never thought of it like that. Yeah, I will. Since the topic of discussion had obviously been shifted to something more serious, Chiyo leaned inward to speak in a hushed tone. Can you explain to me everything you know? We didn't have time on the ferry. I might be able to help you look for her. Your family means a lot to me, you know? Right, yeah. I can recap a bit. And so, I did. I spent the time until our food arrived, telling Chiyo everything that had happened up until that point. Meow. Hi, Shravani's. How are you doing? From the very busy day on Tanegashima to arriving on the mainland. I did, of course, amid the interaction Allison and I had last night. You need to kiss. She didn't need to know about that. I see. I'm very sorry to hear about all of that, but I'm very glad you got out of the museum in one piece. I would be that person who would accidentally let the fact that Allison and Saturday kissed. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I am too. Allison was freaking out though. Rightfully so, I'd like to think. Huh, true. I appreciate it nonetheless. But yeah, Happy New Year, Shore Bunnies. Hope you're doing well. Allison looked away from me shyly. Oh my god, you're so cute! Just then, the waitress walked back to our booth with 4 bowls and set them on the table. Here you go. 2 tonkotsu broths with ramen eggs, 1 miso ramen, and a bowl of plain rice. Did you seriously get a single bowl of plain rice, Eri? And nothing else? Tonkotsu sounds good. I looked over at Eri, who was already going to town on her bowl of plain rice. Shut up. Chiyo took a glance at Allison's dish, and then mine. You two ordered the same thing, didn't you? She looked at me inquisitively. Are you guys, like... So cute. No, we're not. Hey, huh? Are we what? Hey, Allison, don't spit your food all over your... Don't spit your food all over your food. That's unsanitary, even for me. I took a napkin and started wiping out the area around Allison's bowl. She looked away abashedly, blushing harder than I'd seen from her in a very long time. Oh my god! I see. Sorry, I just thought to ask. I don't follow, but okay. You're so clueless! Time passed as we ate our food, exchanging small talk about the various things we've been up to in our lives. It was the first time in a while when I felt a strong sense of togethership, probably since Tsuki went missing. It was the first time in at least a week that I felt like things might actually be okay as long as we stuck with each other. Eventually, we paid for a meal and left the restaurant. Once we got outside, Chiyo poked my shoulder, and she turned to face me. Let's get serious for a second. What are you planning on doing next in your search for Tsuki? We're going to investigate that shrine that was pointed to in the coordinates we got from the shrine report video. If she went there at the time specified, then there might be something there that would clue us into where she might have gone after that. When are you going? I looked at my watch. The time read 6:05 p.m. Tonight, at the same time specified in the video, 12:12 a.m. I don't know why, but I just have this gut feeling that matching the time would help provide some kind of insight. Maybe something only happens there at that time. Do you need a ride to the shrine? If it's where you described, it's a bit of a drive out. You'd be willing? We hadn't actually figured out a ride there yet. Yeah. My rental car is here, since I had to park it when boarding the ferry to Tanegashima as a foot passenger. Wait, rental car? I mean, yeah. I live in Tokyo. No way I was going to drive all the way out here. I took a trip over various bus lines. That takes a while. She lives in Tokyo? Did she always? I swear she lived near us a while. She just brought it up to you the day okay. She did say she has a very bad memory, so there's that. Regardless, that would be great. Should we meet up around 10 or 11 then? Yeah. I've got some stuff to take care of, so 10:30 would probably be best. It gives us plenty of time to get out there. I guess you can just meet us by our hotel. Where is that, exactly? You never told me. I pointed down the road, since the hotel was within view of where the restaurant we ate at. Chiyo nodded. Works for me. I'll see you then. She walked off, leaving the three of us standing there. Eri poking my shoulder broke me out of my daze. It seemed people had a thing for poking my shoulders today. God, oh, just you, Eri. What's up? Allison told me she wanted to check out the night market with me, so we're gonna go do that. You wanna join us? Oh my god, her face. You wanna join us? Nah. I'll head back to the hotel and just chill. Let me know when you're on your way back, okay? Will do. Eri and Allison walked off in the opposite direction towards the night market. I decided to take a short stroll before returning to the hotel room to wait. As I walked by the ocean, I thought about Chiyo. It was probably just due to the fact that I hadn't seen her in literal years, but something about the things she said felt off to me. Not like she's hiding something, but more so like she and I have different recollections of things. When I think about how I know her, my memories pull up the fact of her being an old family friend. Yet, something about that also doesn't feel fully right. Like it's not the main reason I knew her when I was younger. And I don't have any memories of her ever living in Tokyo, but something about that just feels right, like I've always known it. It's not that the memories I have of her being an old family friend from Tanegashima feels false per se. It's more like I have two sets of things I know and remember that both feel like the correct one, despite the fact that some stuff about them cancels out the other. I thought about this for a while, but found it was only driving me kinda crazy, so I decided to stop. I spotted a lone tortoiseshell cat loafing on the stairway down to a beach and decided to take a breather, so I went and sat with it. I guess I can't really blame Eri for being a cat person. I love these little doofuses. Pet it. Time passed. I walked back to our hotel room, and then more time passed. I thought about Allison and our interaction last night. I don't think I'd ever really thought of Allison in a romantic light, even if that was even what she meant by kissing me on the cheek. I had been very open about my sexuality for a long time, but despite that, I never really acted on it much. More so, it just meant I like a lot of anime characters and would joke about that. She lesbian? I thought for a while, and then I caught myself thinking. I guess I really have changed, at least a bit. You'd never have caught me being even remotely this introspective, like 2 weeks ago. When we lose people in our life, be it that they die or even just go missing, I've heard things feel like a blur, that your emotions feel like none of it is real. On that day on Tanegashima that ended with the Geology Museum, I think I'd been expecting for my emotions to feel a bit more numbed. Not that it really excuses me acting out that whole day, but I don't think I was expecting to, well, I guess just feel as much as I did. Feelings of worry I anticipated, but I felt so many other things that I didn't really know what to make of anything. I guess the best way to put it would be that things felt the opposite of the way I anticipated them to. I expected nothing to feel real, but everything feels like it's been the first real thing that's happened in a long time. That the feelings I've had are the most real feelings I've had in a long time. This situation is awful, and because I'm feeling that worry and anxiety to such a degree, in a strange way, it makes the hope and love I feel even stronger as a result. I wish we as people didn't have to experience tragedy so that we could feel that way. I wonder if I'll ever find a way to feel deeply in tune with myself that doesn't require me to lose something I care about first. That's the nature of humanity. I think I will. It might not be a bad thing to try to accomplish before my time is up. More time passed. I decided to play some video games on my Nintendo Switch. Eventually, my waiting game was over, haha, and Allison and Eri walked in the door. About damn time. You really know how to keep a girl waiting. Relax. We spent a lot of time looking around the market. It's not every day you get to visit a night market. We literally have one back on Tanegashima. Saturday, I am, unfortunately, a cop. It's not every day I get to visit a night market, true. Fair enough, I guess. What time is it? Allison looked at the top of her phone screen. It's about 9:35, so we got 55 minutes before Chia arrives. You guys wanna play something? I can literally load up Slash right now. Oh, you don't know what you're unleashing. I haul ass at Slash Bros. I think that's the first time I've heard you swear, Eri, and it's about goddamn Super Slash Bros, the best plus. I take slashing very seriously. Ayo? I'm pretty sure that's the exact kind of stuff the people you're supposed to catch say. Eri laughed, and I put the kickstand on my console up. We passed the time laughing and chatting while playing video games for the past hour. Oh hey, Chia just texted me. She's out front. Oh, got it. Let's go. We walked down the stairwell and out to the front of the hotel, where Chiyo was waiting in the car she rented. Luckily, it had enough room to fit 4 people with relative ease. Eri sat down in the back first, and Allison quickly rushed in next to her, which left me in the front seat next to Chiyo. I'm such a terrible... oh my god. The ride out was relatively uneventful, with the occasional conversation. It was about a 40-minute drive with the route that Chiyo took, passing by the Osmi Large Park. Eventually, we arrived. The stairs up to the shrine were steep, but guardrails helped us not lose our footing. The walk felt like an eternity, if only due to how nervous I clearly was. Chiyo noticed and helped me walk up, which helped a lot. And finally, there we were. The Okawashi Shrine, the location specified in the shrine report video. It was much smaller than I anticipated. The actual shrine itself barely seemed to fit even 10 people. Behind it was a maintenance shack that was locked and empty. It seems like the enshrined deity is Akira Tsuhime, the first wife of Emperor Zimu. We spent a while investigating the area. After a while, I spotted something out of the corner of my eye. When I realized what it was, I froze. And I think, you know what it is? Let me pull up a shrine report.xyz. Here we are. Gonna mute it. So if you didn't catch the last stream, if you don't know what's going on, there's a whole ARG here. And I think this is what she might be seeing. Let's see first. Hey, Eri. She turned to look at me inquisitively. What's up? You find something? Yeah, you could say that. Look, over there. I pointed towards the small wooden object that I'd spotted in my peripheral vision. Eri turned to look. Her face also went pale. It was a toy rocking horse, there it is. Small in size, made of wood with no decor or any kind of paint. secondshrineARG. Literally, this is the horse from that image, isn't it? The rocking horse. Yep. Hold on. Let me check. What's going on? You guys find something? Chiyo and Allison jogged over to where we were. I explained to them the image file that Eri had found, since neither of them knew about it yet. It's the very same. Look, you can compare them. I did as she instructed, and sure enough, it was the rocking horse that was taken in the picture. The exact same one. So this is where that picture was taken, huh? I guess the timestamp has passed. It's not the 26th of July anymore, but the horse is still here, in the same position. Hey, Saturday. Look. Chiyo pulled out her phone and showed me the time. 12 a.m. Time to see if my shot in the dark was correct. It's been over a week since the designated time, and yet I can't shake this feeling that something was meant to happen here tonight at 12:12 a.m. It started to rain. We walked back over to the part of the shrine protected by the roof. Minutes passed. 1, then 2, then 3, and then 11. I felt a part of me hoping that nothing would happen, that there was nothing I could do, and the chase would end here. It would, in a lot of ways, make my life easier, even for all the ways it would also make it harder, but I dismissed the notion from my mind. I've come this far. 12:12 a.m. The rain fell silent. The crickets stopped chirping. The world stopped moving. And in the silence, I heard it. A single sound, one single click. The world resumed. The rain continued falling. The crickets continued chirping. But I heard it. I looked at the others. as if to ask silently if they also heard it. Immediately, I could tell from the looks on their faces that I was not alone. We split up to look around. Nothing by the horse, nothing in the shrine, nothing on the stairs, nothing by the car. And then, when I looked behind the shrine, I saw it. Immediately, I saw it. The heavy padlock that had surrounded the maintenance shack handle was no longer there. I signaled to the others. Since the sound, we had dropped silent, only communicating visually. None of us knew we were doing it, but we were. The reason for this? I had no idea. Allison, Eri, and Chio walked over to where I was standing, and I pointed to the missing padlock. Eri gave me a look as if to say, if there was ever a point of no return, this would be it. And I thought about it. The life I could lead if I turned around and went home. I didn't know what lay beyond this door, but I knew in my soul that opening the door to this maintenance shack would change everything. Was I really about to do this? To take this kind of risk? To open that forbidden gate to the truth? I closed my eyes and turned the handle on the door. Oh boy! The inside of the maintenance shack, it turned out, was not a maintenance shack at all, but a large winding spiral staircase that seemed to stretch downwards forever. We walked down slowly, as if taking time to digest the things that we haven't even seen yet. Finally, we arrived at the bottom, and were greeted with a large door. Is it open? The others jumped, which makes sense given that nobody had said anything in a long time. Nothing to it but to try, I guess. Sure enough, the door swung open with a loud creak, opening up into a large passageway. We started walking down. So, what do you suppose a place like this is doing beneath a normal shrine? I haven't the foggiest idea, and yet, it feels like this makes sense somehow. I understood what she meant. Despite the oddity in every aspect of the situation, this place had a sense of familiarity to it, even though I was reasonably confident I'd never been here. Sunrise. Was that Ellie? I don't know why, but the Sunrise Foundation comes to mind when I think of a place like this. The Sunrise Foundation? That's just the geology company my sister works at. What would they have to do with a place like this? No, I understand what Allison means. This entire place, it makes me think of that company. I don't know why. Where did Kotomi go, by the way? Also, I love the backwards, question mark. The punctuation on her face. We finally reached the end of the long hallway and found a large gate in front of us, locked shut by 3 large metal claws. Something tells me this thing isn't going to budge quite as easily. I wouldn't be too sure. Look, there's a screen over there. I looked in Eri's pointing direction and saw an unlit device. It appeared to be some kind of terminal. Maybe, but that thing's off. Oh, suddenly, as if the very place we stood had heard my words, light flickered on and the screen of the terminal powered on. Everyone present jumped. What the hell? I cautiously approached the device. All that displayed on the screen was a single button, labeled open. This feels planned. I need to be honest. I felt it this entire time. I can't be the only one who feels it. No, it's not just you. It feels like someone, or something, is leading us along with a trail of crumbs, right? I agree, but it's not like we can really just turn back now, right? Yeah, I'm with Saturday on this one. I looked at Allison. Despite everything she'd said to me, I could tell that, everything... Okay, I skipped it. She was thinking exactly the same thing I was. That if we turned back now, our lives would eventually end up so much easier. But I could tell from the look in her eyes that she knew just as well that I did. What? But I could tell from the look in her eyes that she knew just as well as I did that that wasn't an option anymore. I pressed the button on the terminal. Loud whirring sounds filled the hallway, and slowly but surely, each metal claw retracted from in front of the gate. Finally, the gate opened.
Data parsing incompatible. Boundaries exceeded. Accessing memories.
What?
Memory access failed.
Oh, memory isn't like RAM.
Memory access failed. Memory access failed. Memory access failed. Okay. Iteration empathy paused. Accessing DOS breaker backup and information database. Filling location cavities.
Ugh, what happened? Was that Sunrise Foundation Lab 4 atrium? What? I sat up, dazed. Allison and Chiyo also seemed to have come down with the same affliction. Something is really off about this place. You three passed out the moment we walked in here. Passed out? How long has it been? Relax. Only like 5 minutes. It's 12:37 right now. Thank goodness it hasn't been that long at least. But what is this place? We looked around us. The area was a large atrium devoid of much at all. In the center sat some kind of operating chair. This place is... Chiyo walked to the center of the room. She stared at the abandoned chair for a short while, and then spoke. This is the Sunrise Foundation's 4th laboratory atrium. Oh God. Sunrise Foundation? But... Chiyo turned back to look at us. She had a look of immense panic on her face. We have to get out of here. Right now. Get out of here? But we just got here. This is what we came all this way to see. Chiyo ran up to me and grabbed me by the shoulders. No, Saturday. We need to get out of here right now. Trust me. I shook her hand off my shoulder and lost my temper. Why? Tell me why. Give me one good reason why we should leave the place I traveled all the way out here to see when we just got here. You might be scared of whatever this place is, but I'm not. So... No, Saturday. We need to leave, because... Suddenly, oh boy, a loud rumbling sound filled the atrium. The ground shook beneath us, and my vision blurred. Out of the corner of my eye, parts of the geometry that made up the atrium began to twitch in a way I'd never seen before. And then, a large piece of the ceiling came loose and fell to the ground, landing just a few feet behind Chiyo. This place is caving in, so we need to get out of here. I understood immediately. The 4 of us ran as fast as we could to the gate we came through, passing through it. As we ran, bits of the large hallway began to come loose and fall as well. And then, it happened. A single chunk of metal that came loose directly above where Allison was about to pass by. I knew in an instant that it would land on her. God damn it. No! I rushed forward with all my might, at a pace I'd never achieved before, and jumped forward. Allison! All the sound cut. The world paused again. And in that silence, I heard it once again. That single click. Oh boy. We have another one, don't we? Oh boy, we have another one. Ugh. Here we go. Again. Alright. So, if you didn't see the last stream, we had another one of these. So... Oh dear. What's up? Oh god. Let's start writing things down, shall we? Triangle, triangle, square, hexagon, hexagon, triangle, blue. Okay, square, square, hex, 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 blue. Triangle, square, hex, triangle, blue, square, blue, hex. Okay, and then one hex, 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 blue cross. Okay, that's A. Okay, we can't do that yet. What's the result? Left plus right. Okay, that's the answer. We don't know what right is just yet, so we'll have to do some songs. We need, what, 350 for 4 songs? Yeah. 350 for 4 songs, I think I can just do. Unless I, did opening, which I kind of don't want to do, but also, given that Pyromania was level 9, I think I'll do opening. 3 opening songs, we need at least 200. I thought I filled that for a sec. Woo! FC. Let's go. Then it's 2 of them. I need 1 or 2 more, I think. Let me check again. I think I need 1 or 2 more. 1 more. Cool. 1 more song to get at least over 200 for. FC. Alright, good enough. Whew. Damn it. It's fine. Alright, then we should be able to get to the puzzle now. Indeed. Oh Jesus. What is this? Okay, so it's the same clock puzzle. Very much reminding me of a number line here. Okay, so it seems like either it wants words again, or it wants me to convert words into numbers. Okay. Where do I even start? Actually, let me let me do something. Okay, so it wants the result of left and right. So this is left. That's eraser. This is left. And this is, oops, this is right. So I'm gonna assume like concepts from the previous puzzle will help with this puzzle as well. That's what I will assume. Where do we start though? Okay. I'm going to take a guess that the sides of the shapes do matter again. So I'll just write them down real quick. I'm on the wrong layer here, Lamau. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6, and the blue. 3, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, just keep writing these down. Oh my god. Please. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You almost got me again. And then... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Wait. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, this is right. So I'm gonna assume we're gonna need to do gonna do numbers into words again. Though to be fair, the last time it was also like you had to do it twice. Where do you even start? Okay. Five humans equals a taxi. I'll just relabel them as H. This one's T. So let's do 5. Let's do 5H equals T. Okay. This looks like some order of operations funnies is happening here. Okay. And apparently we need words again. That is my... Actually, yeah. We can convert these numbers into words, hopefully. This could be like a 24-hour clock, maybe, so put that down too. Anything and everything goes in a puzzle. Okay, so I'll just label these really quickly with red. 3, 4, 5, 7, 6. Okay. Exclamation mark. Octothorpe. So it looks... Exclamation mark to Octothorpe. So 10 humans go from this place to this place, and then 15 humans go from here to here. 10 humans go here. I'm just thinking back to my kinematics and like physics classes, like doing number lines and stuff. It could be that. But also I could be overthinking it, which is very, very expected of me. So I'm gonna say 2 taxis from... I'll just use taxis as the number of measurements, I'd suppose. My handwriting is terrible, I'm sorry. 2 taxis, then to this, 3 taxis, and then $sign to 2 taxis. Okay, where do we start? And then I'll bring it 5, 7 taxis to go from here to here is 7 taxis. Human goes from here to here. Okay. Don't think that is relevant right now. Okay. Before I continue, how many humans in quotes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is exactly the amount. Okay. So number 1. So I'm just adding these together, assuming that's what I need to do. And then taxi. I'll just do this. 25, 35. And then in brackets, taxi, exclamation mark, plus taxi, exclamation mark. Okay. I have to do it twice. T is... I mean, I can just do this, couldn't I? That's what I'm getting at here. You just rewrite this. So this becomes T times... Oh no, it's just 2 times taxi of this. Okay, what do you do with that information? It's like my math brain is making me want to like give each of these a variable and then work off of that. But that is definitely not how this works. Okay, let me turn off my cam for a sec. Here we go. Okay, we'll just keep writing down this. So, human. I mean, you can just see it, so I won't do too much. I mean, it's basically there, so I'll just write like my potential explanation for these. So exclamation mark is 25. And this, I'd add them all, so 35. And then, oh no, but you need 5. Oh, you have to do 5 of them, don't you? 5 of these, because 5 humans is a taxi, apparently, for some reason. So 5 times 35. 175. Let me just check that before I embarrass myself. Correct. It is. Okay. And then 5 humans. Or is it you divide? Or is it you take 5 humans from the allotted like things? Like this little number line here, so I mean it wouldn't make sense because 175 is this, but also I could be assuming something wrong here. Yeesh. Okay, so if we're gonna do this right now, just do this just really quickly, just to experiment. So we have 9 humans left. No. Wait. Because a taxi is 5 humans, like I have to remember that. And these could be like 3, oops, sorry. And these could be like 3 words together. Or it could be, it could be of a thing of like, so I did bring up number line, right? And I'm gonna say this 10 is how long it takes a human to go from point, let's say A, B, C, D, just to make it easier. So A, B. So yeah, it takes a human 10 minutes to go from A to B, then 15 from B to C, then 10 again from C to D. Like a classic kinematics question. And five humans equals a taxi. So in reality, a taxi would take 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. And then from B to C, it'd take a taxi 3 and then 2 again. So let's try that. Because I was looking at this like, this looks really, really familiar. 20. And then we'll do this. Let's move this. Okay. Okay, so it takes a human 10 minutes. I'm going to say yellow for human. Human takes 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. So 10, 15, 10. Okay. And then a taxi, we'll put it back in purple in a second. Would take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then 2 minutes. Or hours, however you want to say it. So it takes 1 human. So number 1, we'll annotate this. Annotate this real quick. 20 seconds, 20 pixels. Okay, it takes a human. Exclamation from A to C. 25 minutes. A taxi takes 5 minutes. And then a taxi from, 2 taxis from A to B. 2, which is 4. Yeah. I need to make this clear as well, actually. So human from A to C takes 25 minutes. A taxi from A to D takes 2, 5, 7 minutes. And 2 taxis from AB, AB twice actually, takes collectively 4 minutes. There we go. What would we do with this? What would we do with it? Okay, we'll keep going. We'll see if the assumption is right. And then we will check. Human from A to B. Can't write. There we go. Human from A to B takes 10 minutes. Taxi. 2 taxis from AC plus BC. Yep. Is AC plus BC. 25 plus 15. Right? Wait. 25, 15, yeah. So 15 is 40. Okay. And then number 3 So I'll just annotate this again. 1, 1, 2, 3. So 3. Let me tidy this up. Oops. Okay. So, a taxi from C to D, oops, CD is 2 minutes, and a human from AC plus a taxi. I'm about to commit a cardinal sin of algebra again. AC plus taxi from B D. It's not really a taxi, it's just a car. But T just for the sake of clarity. From BD. Okay, AC 25. 25 plus BD is 25, so 50. This screams time. Of course, I mean, duh, but screams like you have to add the times together, maybe? You see, let me check my work again. Okay. So 1040, then 250. What would you do with this? It can't be 24 hours because there's there's only 12. So, or it could be 25 in the sense of like 24, so B twice, then put C here. So like C R O. Well, we'll try this. C R O 10 S 40 would be 8 S cross, and then 2 E, and 50 is S crosses. Okay, that's a word. Okay. R for the time being is crosses. Crosses. Okay. We'll leave that there for now. This looks very familiar if you didn't see chapter 1. Chapter 1's puzzle, this one, red meant plus, blue meant minus, and the shapes of the sides, or the number of sides on these shapes did matter. So you have to add together the number of sides and see, and probably, if I had to guess, spell something in A1Z26. So 3, 6, 10, 16, 22, 19. 4, 8, 14, 20, 26, 20. 7, 13. 7, 13, 10, 6. Yeah, 7 plus 6, 13. 13, 10, 10, 6, 0. Doesn't look right. 1, 2, 1. Is this a pentagram? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because A1 would make more sense. Let's say 5 for now. 6, 12, 30. minus 12 is 18. So this becomes, I don't know my A1 Z26 yet, even though I really should. Pull up Crypty. Where's A1 Z26? Here we go. So what was it? 19, 20. Oh wait. 19, 20. STA. Star crosses. Star crosses. Is that the final answer? No. Okay. Star cross. No. Or dang it. Okay. So it's not it. Okay, no. No, wait. This is a very lot. Like, this can't be wrong, right? Not, I mean I sound like I'm okay, sorry. Poor phrasing. This seems like this is the right answer. I think I'm getting one thing wrong here. Or like a thing that's wrong. So, okay. Like, I'm pretty sure about star at this point. That seems like the best thing right now. So star would be right. So one of these letters would be wrong. So let's check. So human from AC takes 25, yes. T AD takes 257, which is R. Yeah, R here. 2 taxis from AB, which is 2, twice, so 4. That's O. O. Okay, then the second line. H. AB is 10. So AB is 10, which is S. And then 2T, 2 taxis, but from AC, which is 5. Yeah, 5. Plus BC, which is 2. Wait, what? CROS. AB is 10. AC is 5, because it's a taxi. Then taxi again from BC is 3, which is 8. I put 40. 8. It's the same thing, it's just 8. 8. Then the third line, CD. Sorry. CD is 2, yes, so E. HAC is 25 plus taxi, say 25. Plus a taxi from BD, which is 5 again, so 30. Oh, R, star crosser. Okay, let's try it. Is the final answer starcrosser? Hell yeah. Okay. Now we need what is it? Shrine report.xyz/path. Valor is the path. So /return.text. Ah. Oh boy. Which one would you like? Key code. Key code, do you have anything for the inspect? Head. It's in CSS, of course it is. There's an overflow here. Can I see key code? No? Okay. SUVU 2V2PV2. Are we finding the place where they loop? U2UP22V. Okay. Apathy, sympathy, antipathy. Can speak. Okay. I'm gonna, like, there's gotta be a point where it loops. PvP. VPUP22. Okay. Is there anything? Oh, bro. Awaiting lock V passcode. Please enter to the start. Okay. To the start. Oh. Oh. Yes. Nice. This one sounds even more mysterious. Oh my god! Valor Starcross. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Shit. Woo! Holy! Freaking banger! Loud. Loud, 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 loud. Nothing but loud noises. Nothing but noise. Was it the falling rubble, or the static that followed me every second I spent trying to find myself? Whatever the noise is, I want it to go away. Go away. Go away, go away, go away, go away. Get me out of here. I need to live. We need to live. I need to live. Ah! I jolted back into consciousness. 3 pairs of eyes looked down at me. I'm alive. Barely. Luckily, you managed to get Allison out of the way in time, but it was only then that I felt the immeasurable pain in my lower leg. I looked down to see a large gash in my lower right leg. Ah. Ah! I screamed for a while. Eventually, the pain dulled a bit, and Ari explained what had happened since I passed out. I'd managed to save Allison and avoid getting fully crushed myself, but a piece of the debris had lodged itself into my right leg, and I passed out from shock. Chiyo had removed the debris shortly before I'd woken up. I looked towards the door that led to the long hallway. The entrance was entirely caved in with rubble and debris. There was no possible way back to the atrium. Before I was able to get any words out, I started sobbing uncontrollably. Allison rushed over to my side in an instant and hugged me tightly. Eri and Chiyo sat down on the stairs, and that was how the 4 of us stayed for a while. Minutes passed, and then an hour. Finally, my leg felt well enough to move, even if lightly. Allison propped me up, and the 4 of us slowly walked up the spiral staircase without a word. It feels like everything has changed, but nothing's changed. As we walked back to Chiyo's car silently, I thought again of that hypothetical timeline in which I didn't open the door to the laboratory basement. I wondered if I regretted the choice I made. I did now, but I wonder if I would in time. Back in Chiyo's car, Allison sat me down in the back seat and slid in next to me. While you were out, I applied basic first aid, but it won't be enough to hold. Unfortunately, the only hospital I know of around here doesn't keep the emergency room open from 1 AM to 5 AM for some ungodly reason. So until we can get you to the hospital, we'll just have to rest in my hotel room. I'm not a doctor, but I can assure you that the wound shouldn't cause any significant damage before we can get you to the hospital. I nodded weakly. It was all I could do. Chiyo started the car and drove away. As we left the small parking lot, I looked back at the shrine stairway. And that was when I saw it. On the road by the place we parked, with no indication of having been moved there by anyone. A small, wooden, rocking horse. Oh, marcet sine adversarius vitus. My Latin is awful. Under the intersection. Oh. I already saw this one. 14. Report history of dusk. Saturday rests in her hotel room. By the time we arrived back at the hotel room, it was already long past 2 in the morning. Ellison helped me up and carried me onto my bed. Chio called the hospital and confirmed that the emergency room would open again in about 2 hours, so we had to wait and just keep an eye on my wound until then. It had stopped hurting badly during the ride back, but the sight of it made me nauseous, so I avoided trying to look at it. And so, we sat there in silence for a while, nobody sure what to say. Finally, Eri broke the silence. While we're here, and before we inevitably get split up while Saturday goes to the hospital, I wanted to ask something. Everyone looked at her, as if to give permission to continue without having to open our mouths. Eri continues. That atrium. Chio, you seem to recognize it as something related to the Sunrise Foundation. But that's impossible. Can you explain? Chio sat up a bit, having slouched over during the waiting. I can, but it's a bit complicated. I was thinking about it on the way back, and if now isn't a good time, then please tell, I want to know. Chio looked at me worriedly and then nodded. Okay then. I guess the thing is that my memories feel like they're at a conflict with each other. That shrine should just be a normal shrine, but somehow there was a Sunrise Foundation laboratory underneath it. And I don't know how I know that it's a Sunrise Foundation thing, but I just do. And I know that it's correct. When we were leaving the basement, all of us were in such a hurry, and Saturday was so out of it that I don't think anyone noticed. But it took a moment to look back at the shrine while we were walking away from it, and what I saw only confused me more. What was it? Chio stopped, as if contemplating whether to open Pandora's box even further. I nodded to her as if to beg. Well, when I looked back at the shrine, it was no longer a shrine. What? It was an abandoned building, and the logo above the door was withered away, but I knew what it said without needing to see it at all. It was a building belonging to the Sunrise Foundation. What? Yeah. I chalked it up to a lessened sense of thought due to the events that had just transpired, and tried not to think about it as we got in the car and left. And on the way down, I saw something else strange. A stairway leading to a shrine. The Okawachi Shrine. What do you mean, a stairway leading to the Okawachi Shrine? Saturday, please don't stress yourself too much. We're trying to keep your wound from acting up. I looked over at Allison apologetically. Sorry. You're right. It's just, I don't understand how that makes sense. Exactly. The state of the environment that we arrived at, and the one we left, felt ever so slightly different. The best way to put it might be like so. Chio took out a piece of paper and drew a loose illustration. Look, when we arrived, the parking lot was at the same altitude as the start of the stairs leading up to the shrine. Chio took the piece of paper back and flipped it over, drawing a similar scene. But when we left, it was like this. The stairs we walked down led to an abandoned Sunrise Foundation building, and there was a second set of stairs further down that led to the Okawachi Shrine. Wait, so the layout of the shrine changed while we were inside the basement? I mean, it appears that way, but isn't that impossible? Like, I shouldn't have to explain why that just isn't physically possible. Now I know, but the fact is that it did change, right? Or did all of us collectively hallucinate the way it appeared when we got here? When we got there? I think the more likely conclusion would be that Chio saw wrong when we were leaving, After all, the tensions were really high, and it was extremely dark. See, you'd think so, and I'd be inclined to agree, but then we come back to the thing I mentioned earlier about my memories conflicting with each other. Because both of these layouts feel right, if that makes sense. What do you mean? Like, neither of them felt like I was seeing things. Like both of those versions of the way the area looked were correct. The Okawachi Shrine being right by the parking lot and the Sunrise Building in that same place both felt like the true way the area is laid out. Chio, what is the Sunrise Foundation? What is your link to it? I don't know. I think I was an employee there? You think? Look, I was never an employee at the Sunrise Foundation. I remember how my life has played out up until now. But also, I swear I have memories of working there, of helping make something important, and working at that lab underneath the shrine. It's another one of those things where both of the options feel like the right one. Not like I can't choose, but they're both right at the same time. And then there's that video, the shrine report. You know about that as well? Yeah. I saw her watching it when I met up with her on the ferry. It caught me off guard. How did you come to find out about the video anyway? An anonymous text message randomly appeared on my phone. No sender, and strangest of all, no time. Well, there was a time, but it was the 1st of January 1970. The same time Unix time began. The same day, sorry, Unix time began. Unix time, huh, exactly, the beginning. Unix time 0. That's when Unix was at 0. Yeah, the message itself was interesting too. It was a jumbled mess of hexadecimal. Ooh. Hexadecimal? Yes, base 16? Yeah, I'll spare you the process. It roughly translated to this. Seek the connections, seek the links, shatter the protocol, and refer onwards. shrinereport.xyz. I would have been inclined to believe it was a spam message if not for the Unix 0 thing, so I found the video. I was already on my way back to the mainland after my Tanegashima vacation, so I didn't have time to solve the video before Saturday noticed me on the ferry. And then she told me the solution over dinner anyway. Right. I don't know why I can't shake this feeling that it's related to the Sunrise Foundation. It probably is. I mean, it feels like a lot more might be related to the Sunrise Foundation than any of us would have ever thought. And yet, it also feels like none of us truly know what it is. I looked down at my wound for the first time in a while, as a reminder to myself of what I'd done chasing this mystery. As if to be one final decision if I really wanted to choose this path. I want to figure all of this out. I want to investigate this. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I turned back now. Saturday. I agree. I want to look into the Sunrise Foundation and get to the bottom of this conflict in my memories. And that is enough. Oh boy, this will go no further. Everyone jumped at the sudden shout of an unfamiliar voice. Everyone whipped their gaze to the source of the noise, the balcony. The door was ajar. Standing in it was a figure, tall and slim. They wore a mask and bodysuit to cover their appearance, but something about them had a crushing familiarity, and in their hand lay a small pistol. If you continue to endanger this world, my world, I have no choice but to end this by force. Chio jumped up as if to shield us, Eri, Allison, and I remain frozen in shock. Who are you? What are you doing? The tall figures took one step into the hotel room. Chia backed up a bit in fear. You, the arbiter of the rule. I will not allow this cycle to continue any longer. Chia watched in fear as the tall figure raised their pistol and pointed it directly at Chia's chest. No, please! The figure tilted their head to look at me briefly, and in that moment, I felt an indescribable sense of sorrow and grief. My vision went blurry. I'm sorry. I shut my eyes in desperation, as if to pull myself out of the nightmare I'd found myself in. And then, I heard the click, and then the bang. I dropped my guard and let her out of my sight. A mistake only a child would make, and yet here I was. Desperately, I clambered out of my bed and up to my computer. God damn it. Where are you? Where? Ah! It's purple text instead of blue text, which is Saturdays. Then, I saw it. That hotel room. The situation unfolding within. The action the World Keeper was about to take. Shit. Is there any way I can interface with the inner layer in enough time? I began to desperately search my files as fast as I could, and eventually found my way back into what I was looking for. The control panel I'd forced my way into. Please go through in time, come on! A single flash, and a moment captured, and frozen. I'd made it just in time. Oh my god, thank goodness. But there was no time to waste. The freezing would only last for so long, which meant it was time to get to work. Again? Another one? What? Oh boy. Okay. Um. Okay. Chapter 1 PM. What? We have maths now? Okay. Oh no. Okay. I thought I was gonna do fucking chapter 3 now. Okay, never mind. OP. Four opening songs, we have to achieve A. Chapter 2, opening 2 songs, achieve 300 combo. And Vivid Stasis up. Opening A. What in the hell is this? Okay. We have a part 2 to this. Okay. Let's do this. Then we have a part 2 to this. Definitely not what I expected. Alright. I got myself a drink, because evidently we're going to be here for a while. Okay. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, so this does remind me of, so this first one reminds me of the Shrine Report video. If you haven't seen it. If you didn't see it last stream, it reminds me of these. So, I'm gonna have to, oops. Okay. It does remind me of this. So I suppose we'll just start trying to work shit out. So this one is 3, 5. We'll start from the top first, because order of operations. 5 to 8. 5 to 8 times 4, 3, 5. Okay, that's a very large number. Over 4, 5, 6, 9, 3, 5. Okay, that's 1. I will need to take a look at. I need my calculator. 528 times 435 over 45935. Nope. 45935. 5. Okay. Here's 5. Here we go. The root of 1.497975. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 6. Sorry. The root of 1.4976, 1.1. 1.4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1.106. I'll keep the decimal points. I'll keep the significant figures. Okay. And this one, the very big root of 15, yep, plus 25, plus the root of 368,181, which is 9. And then over square 0.5. And then plus the root of 356. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Which just so it's root 9 basically, plus 15. So it's this becomes 40 plus 9 over square 0.5 plus the root of 356, which is 4.3. 4.43. We'll go 5 significant figures. Okay. Do we need letters? Because I don't think so. Oh, I totally skipped. Oops. I'll just do this one first before we go tackle the rest. 49. over 4.5, which is 1.55, which is 4.3437. We'll round it up to 6. Okay, we'll keep. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. The root of 1 point. Let me check this again. 1.4569987 4976 is 1.1. Okay. Okay. Scattered dots. And then there's this one. 64, root of 64, which is 8 times, let's see, root of 64 times 2 large squares, what's that? Times square, minus 1. 1, 2. 16, 17, 18. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. So again, A1Z26, 5, something, 95, 93, oh, it's 6. I mean, it's still close enough, right? I'm just looking at how, so 528 times 435, oops, that's not the number, over 45936. Yeah, it's 5 on the dot. Oh, the squares are just 2, aren't they? 64 times 2 minus 1 is just 8. So root 64 times 2 minus 1. 8 times 2 is 16. Yeah, 15. Makes sense. I almost failed my order of operations. 15 would be O in this case, right? Wait. I think I've been confusing the line for a decimal point, aren't I? Let's try 1. Yeah, no, there's no way this is just 0. I mean, sorry. There's no way this is just a point, right? Let's try 0 instead. 10, 4, 976. Root of root. 10, 4, 976. 18, there we go. Which is also R. E-R-R-O. I think we know the last one, but we'll keep going anyway. So the square is just 0, right? Okay. I don't know why I was overthinking the 0 and squares, but yeah. 15 plus 25 plus root 81 over 0.5 plus the root of 350. How? I'm so blind. It's 256. There we go. $256 is 30. Okay, let's just check. 1525 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 81. And then 256 is 30. Let me add the brackets here, just in case. Oh, it's root 256. I was wondering why it was 30, but no, it's root 256. 18, there we go. Yep, thought so. It's the letter R. Oh my god. 18, which is the letter R. That is part 1. So diamond is error. What is this even? Looks like Morse code. So let's pull up K.key again. So it's Morse code. Yeah, see, look. This looks like a dash, this looks like a dot. See, look, dash, dot, dot, there's a break, dot, break, dash, break, dot, break, dash, dot, dash, dot. So you get the point, right? So dash, dot, 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 dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dot, dot, dash, 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 which is O. Okay. Oh, decode. Oopsie. Detection. Okay. Error detection. Okay. That's the first part done. Error detection. Okay, now this part. Okay, 5. There's 5 dots. 5 plus 535 plus 535 becomes 540 minus oops. Minus 5 times 5. Oh, 5 by 5. So 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That does not make sense. Never mind. Or is that just 25? It looks like just 25, right? Wait. If I'm going off that, then I might as well. So 5 plus 5, 8, 13, which is 18, plus 25, oh sorry, minus 25. Nope, 26, which is negative 8, minus 3, which is negative 11, plus 3, which is not in, definitely not a, you know, ow. Or actually, no. No. Let's just deal with this for now. So, negative 8. And then what if I made this A1 Z26 as well? So let's do, here we go. Decode this. So letters can't be negative, of course. So let's make the negative numbers positive. So it becomes 5, 18, 8 plus 18, oops, negative 18. Oh, what am I doing? Negative 8 plus 26 is 18. Error is what I'm getting at. 15, yes, error. So ERROR. Okay. Last one. 1, 2. Okay. So 1 is 2, 4. I'm just going to count the squares. 2, 4, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16. 16. 2 is purple. 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21. 3 is cyan. No, 10 is cyan. Lol. 3 is this one. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 4 is pink. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. 5 is orange. 5. 6 is red. 3. 7 is... Oh, 7 is pink again. 3, so 20. 8 is yellow. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 is this pale blue one again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15, and then 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. Cool. So 16, 21, 15, 25, 3, 29, 15, 24. Protection. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, it's protection. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, it's 18. Lol. It's an R. Protection. Error detection. Error. Protection. Okay. Let's come back to this. Detection. Oh, that scared me. Error protection. Hell yeah. Veritas porta. Okay. Oh my gosh. Again? Oh. Another one, baby! Woo. We're going! Unraveling Stasis. Oh my god. What the hell? That's so cool! That is so cool! It is so cool! Oh my god! Oh, oh my god! They're stepping up the levels here. Holy! Oh my god. Whew. That was 9+. I got goosebumps. I'm shivering from that. A click, a bang, and then silence. No impact. No splatter. No death. I opened my eyes, and there she was. Chiyo Sakamura, standing in the same position she was when I closed my eyes. It only took a moment to realize what had happened. They missed? For the first time since they appeared in the room, I could tell that the figure that shot at Chiyo was caught off guard. They stepped backwards in shock, and in the process, their gun fell to the floor. Eri was on it immediately. Rushing over with the lightning speed, she slid on the ground and grabbed the gun before the person could pick it up again, or even realize what had happened. You will find me. Again. Regaining their composure, even if only slightly, the figure turned to me again. I felt myself assaulted with the overwhelming sorrow again. And then, darkness. The World Keeper's sorrow. The lights flickered out. What the hell happened? A power outage? No, that can't be. The lights across the way are on. Hold on. Chiyo ran over to the wall near the entrance to the hotel room and pressed down on the light switch. The lights turned back on again. Did the light switch somehow get tripped? Never mind, Chiyo. Look! All four of us turned to face the balcony, only to be baffled by what we saw. Or rather, what we didn't see. That person is gone? Eri stumbled forward as if in a daze. I was in too much shock to say much myself. Everything fell still for what seemed like aeons. Nobody knew what to say. In one night, everything had changed more than any of us could have ever believed. And the silence continued, for minutes on end, and then hours. Chiyo, Allison, and Eri drove me to the hospital shortly after. Nobody knew what to say. What were we even supposed to say? My mind shut off. It had been used too much. Too much had happened. And so, time passed. A day in the hospital. And then, a week. No contact with anyone else. The doctor told me I had to stay in Kagoshima for a while so that the hospital could continue to monitor my wound even after I was dismissed from the hospital. Eri, Allison, and I ended up finding a place we could rent out for a few months, and eventually, Kotomi came over to join us. Unfortunately, Chiyo had to return home to Tokyo for her work, but we stayed in contact. Throughout that entire time, I never heard from Tsuki. Slowly, my spirit returned, and life almost became normal again. But all of us knew what loomed on the horizon. Nothing would change what lay in store for us. The first step, we decided, was to go back to Chiyo's home in Tokyo. The Sunrise Foundation was a company we at least knew existed after all, and their headquarters were based in Ikebukuro. It would make the most sense to look into them there. Ikebukuro is one of the most popular train stations in Japan. That strange figure that tried to shoot Chiyo didn't show up again. For a while, all of us lived in perpetual fear of them. But that fear subsided as we took the time to focus on living happily. Especially since none of us knew where the road ahead would take us. It only made sense to enjoy taking a break from all of the action. Eri ended up getting fired from her detective position. Aw, she didn't seem too bothered by it though. I've been wanting to quit for ages now, but it's not really easy. In a way, you grow up idolizing the police detectives who solve the murder mysteries, and then you become one and realize you're stuck behind a desk 90% of the time. It sucks. She ended up getting a part-time position at a grocery store in Minami Osumi to keep us afloat. I'll read that again. She ended up getting a part-time position at a grocery store in Minami Osumi to keep us afloat, while we waited for my wound to heal enough that we would be able to go to Tokyo. When Kotomi joined us, she also took up work at the same store. I've heard from both of them on separate occasions that working with a sister at the same job is a miserable experience. I'd believe it too. True. Time passed. Days, and then a week. And then, about 2 weeks after I had been discharged and put under watch for my injury, I heard a knocking on my bedroom door in the middle of the night. It's not over! Resolve their feelings. I was startled awake by a knocking sound. Glad, huh? I waited a few seconds, and it sounded again. It was coming from the door, obviously. Oh, who is it? It's like 2 in the morning. The door opened, and a familiar figure appeared in it. Allie, what's up? I know I'm up late sometimes, but you're never up past 12 in the morning. What's the case? Allison jumped onto my bed. I jumped, startled. Hey, jeez! What the hell has gotten into you? My sentence trailed off as I realized what the weird noises I was hearing were. Allison was sobbing into my blanket. Oh my god. Hey. What's going on? Are you okay? Allison lifted her face out of my comforter and looked at me with tears in her eyes. Yeah, sorry. I'm just having a bit of a moment, I guess. Hey, come over here and lie down. Talk to me. Allison was hesitant, but crawled over and lay her face down on the pillow next to mine. So, what's going on? I'm just having one of those moments where I'm incredibly scared. I know it's been weeks now, but everything feels so... God, I guess it just feels like it's been hitting me incredibly late. Yeah, I feel you. I'm sort of in the opposite boat, but I understand what you mean. Opposite boat? How? The art is so cute. Well, during that first week of being hospitalized, I had this constant feeling of doubting myself. Everything hurt so much, and I was crying so much of the time that I had this belief of, like, why am I choosing to put myself down a path that results in this, you know? But I don't regret it. I chose already, and my decision hasn't changed. I want to see this through. I need to see this through. With you, with Eri, and Kotomi, and Chio. I felt a tight grip on my left arm, and looked over to see Allison clinging onto it. Oh, tears streaming down her face. But what if next time things are worse? What if things just keep getting worse, and I lose you? I can't do that. Ellie. Ever since the night Allison kissed me, I'd been feeling a lot of things. I'd barely had time to sort out my feelings on the matter. But now that I was spending a lot of time resting, I had more time than ever to introspect. And I think I finally knew. You're never going to lose me. I won't allow it. But what if something happens? But what if something happens that's beyond your control? It won't. That won't happen. I promise. But how can you promise? It would be out of your control. You couldn't... I thought very carefully about the words I was about to say, and every thought told me to be true to myself. I'm not going to hurt the one I love more than anything in the world. Allison looked up at me, surprised. The one you love? Do you remember? That night before the day at Okawachi's shrine, when you kissed me. Yeah. I'm really sorry about that. I wasn't thinking, and I hope you're not mad at me. It won't happen again, I Allison's sentence was cut off. I put my hand around her head and hugged her tighter than I'd ever hugged anyone before. I want to have more moments like that, I think. It took me a while to figure out these feelings, but because I'd never felt anything like this before, but I think these feelings are... Look... God, I'm such a gay fucking mess, Lamau. Let's try again. Allison, I think that I'm in love with you. Allison fell silent, and then she erupted. Oh my god. Like actually love, like romantic love, right? Like, yeah, like that. Holy shit. Wow, yeah, God, you're such a gay fucking... Whoa, like, Allison calmed down and took a second to breathe. So then, are we... I don't know. Truth be told, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship of that nature. Not when we have so much on the horizon. After all this is over though, I think I would want to be your girlfriend. If you would be okay with that. Yes, I would! Very much so! She was too cute. I was going to die from this before I could even get back to finding Tsuki. So, if it's okay, I'd like to remain close friends, temporarily, until all of this is over. Until I can face the person I love with the attention they deserve. Okay? Yeah, I like the sound of that. Gives us something to work towards, you know? You saying that finding my family isn't something to work towards? No, not like that, sorry. Relax, Ellie. I'm just teasing. But I agree. So until then, just besties? Besties forever. We both left. Everything felt right. If I could feel this happy again someday, I think all of this would be worth it. Before we go back to being just friends though, can I ask you something? Of course, Seth. Can I return the favor? Return the favor? I don't follow. Oh! Yeah. Please do. Right. And then I kissed her back. One romantic exchange split across weeks of hardship. We stayed like that for hours. My resolve finally formed there and then. I decided once more my fate. For futures like this, I will put an end to this curse looming over all of us. For everyone that means everything to me in every way. Allison left the room eventually. And then I went back to sleep. Hours passed. And then days. And then weeks. And then months. And miles away from where we were, in a forest torn between two memories. Something moved, ever so slightly, brushed by the wind, and the horse began to rock once more. Another cycle past you, then. What a shocker. I leaned back. Endless strife had led to this moment. Finally, we could refer onwards. I felt a sensation of life behind me. Funny, given that the only person who knew how to access this parallel space would be you, the World Keeper. I turned around, and there she stood. The figure whose purpose was antithetical to mine. The Keeper of Cycles. You can take off that suit and mask. You should know better than anyone that it's not worth your time to hide yourself from me. We're equal, after all. Fair enough. The woman unmasked herself, and her hair stretched downward. You know, it's not a great idea to keep your hair all tucked in like that all the time. I hope you're taking good care of it. That's none of your business. I leaned back in my chair. Sheesh, why so serious? Loosen up a little. You know why I'm here. To attack me? Surely that can't be it. You already know neither of us can harm the other in this space. Not as long as we're on the same level. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to warn you. Warn me, huh? And what would you be here to warn me of, pray tell? I know you think your little protagonist has some immunity because she's Saturday. But I'm here to tell you that if hurting her is what it takes to keep the world in place, I will not hesitate. Oh please, tell me something I didn't know. You make me sick, you know that? Claiming that you're doing all of this for her. Yet it feels like you don't really know her at all. That's enough! Tsuki slammed her hand down on my nightstand. Just what do you know? You never knew her. You never knew what she had to go through to get to this point. I leaned forward. My sarcastic attitude was gone. In the light streaming in from the window, Tsuki could see me clearly. Dawn, the fact that you say that is the reason I'm doing all of this. Let me get one thing clear. I hate you. I hate what you've done to the legacy of my friend. I have nothing to say to that. Figures. Asshole. Regardless, I'll be on my way. And know this, if for whatever reason we meet face to face outside of this space, I will kill you and put an end to this debacle before you hurt Saturday any more than you already have. Feelings mutual, buddy. And then she was gone, just as soon as she was there. I must persist. I have to. Deep down, I knew that everything that happened over that summer week was merely a precursor to what was about to happen that winter. God damn it. I'm in too far now to be doubting the decisions I've made. And so, I sat back and waited. Until the day comes that I will confront the results of everything I've done. I will persist. My goodness, the story is building. Love it. Loving the story. And that's where we will end today's stream. Oh my goodness. And the background changed again. And the story is just getting even spicier. Goodness. Yeah, I'm definitely hooked on this story. My gosh. Okay. Next time on Vivid Stasis, we're going to be playing Chapter 3. Hopefully, the puzzles don't get too long, but that's not really a bad thing. It's just, I love solving them, but I don't want to like keep the actual like point of the game, like the rhythm game, keep from continuing. But that's where we will end tonight's stream. Thank you for watching, and I think, let me take a peek at my schedule on the Toyota. Let me take a look. The next time we're playing is next Saturday. So, next Saturday, we will be starting on Chapter 3. In the meantime though, on Friday, which is tomorrow for me, we're going to be playing Portal Reloaded, one of the many Portal mods out there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I will see you on Friday. And for those on YouTube, thank you for watching. Good night, and good time zone, wherever you are.